The WELL rating system seeks to establish a set of universally applicable features that are feasible across all building types and contexts. However, the various ways in which the built environment impacts health across diverse contexts are multiple and overlapping, and there are paths to healthful construction and design that may be uncovered during implementation of the current version of WELL. In recognition of the complexity involved in fully exhausting all dimensions of health through the built environment, and of the challenges that may be involved in meeting requirements as outlined, WELL provides opportunities for creativity through two processes. 1. Alternative adherence paths. 2. Innovation features. Both approved alternative adherence paths and innovation features are submitted to the GBCI for review and are approved at the GBCI's sole discretion. For project teams that are unable to meet specific requirements of a precondition or optimization within the building standard, alternative adherence paths are available. WELL allows for innovative alternate solutions for meeting requirements through the alternative adherence path process, as long as proposals still meet the intent of the requirement. A project team must submit an explanation as to why this alternative is needed and how it meets the intent of the precondition or optimization it would be replacing. They also must include industry research to support that alternative path meets the intent. Project teams may submit an alternative adherence path proposal for pre-approval before or after registration. Each project receives 3 alternative adherence path submissions at no additional cost. Further alternative adherence path forms may be submitted for a fee. Innovation features pave the way for project teams to develop unique strategies for creating a healthy environment. The features can relate to any of the WELL concepts. For a given project, innovation features must either address a novel concept or strategy not already included in WELL, or may include implementation of the requirements in an existing WELL feature that is designated as not applicable to the project's typology. Innovation features must be supported by sufficient rationale based on cited scientific, medical and industry research. To request input on innovation feature proposals ahead of the documentation review submission, the innovation proposal may be submitted as an alternative adherence path using the process described above. Projects registered in countries other than the United States may find some challenges based on local regulations and standards that differ from those outlined in WELL. In those instances, a project will have 2 options. 1. Adhere to the requirements cited in WELL. 2. Petition IWBI for the use of equivalent requirements within a standard that is more relevant to the country where a project is located, along with evidence of equivalency. If IWBI approves use of a new requirement as sufficiently equivalent to a WELL requirement in a given country, the new requirements will be incorporated into WELL features, addenda, and interpretations as an alternative adherence path available for other projects in the pertinent country to use. This is an optional review pathway available to all project typologies for a fee. The pre-certification review is focused on the intended design, construction and operational strategies for the project, while pre-certification allows project owners to demonstrate health and wellness in the built environment, market the proposed wellness features of a project to potential tenants looking to occupy the WELL certified space, and determine which features the project is likely to achieve during the full WELL certification review. If you are familiar with LEED, there is a similar feature. WELL certification is valid for 3 years. During that 3-year timeframe, performance data must be kept and submitted for a few of the features that require frequent reporting. No later than the 3-year mark, a project must file a recertification application through WELL Online. During recertification, projects can elect to submit additional WELL features to improve their score and achieve a higher level of certification. The recertification process requires newly validated letters of assurance as well as a site visit for performance verification. For the first recertification, a project can be reviewed under the initial version or any subsequently released versions of WELL rating system. For all subsequent recertification, project will be reviewed under rating systems in place 12 months prior to expiration of certification. Technically, projects don't have to wait the full 3 years. You are able to preemptively begin the process before the 3-year period is up. If a project does not file an application for recertification before the expiration of the 3-year original certification period, or fails to successfully obtain recertification within 42 months of receiving the initial certification, project's WELL certification will expire. Upon expiration of a project's WELL certification, the project must immediately discontinue all use and display of the WELL certified plaque and must not include or imply that the project is WELL certified. The project will be removed from IWBI's list of certified projects. Since core and shell compliance is a one-time evaluation, recertification is not applicable or available. Now that you know what constitutes the WELL standard, its purposes and how it benefits to building occupants, let's look at how it's related to other green building rating systems. If you think about it, though rooted in sustainability, many green building standards for the most part address the environmental piece. Rating systems like Living Building Challenge and SD Pearl does give importance to people, but not to the extent WELL standard does. So does WELL rating system compete with other rating systems? It doesn't. It complements other rating systems. The WELL building standard is designed to work harmoniously with the lead green building rating system, the Living Building Challenge and other leading global green building standards. WELL is structured in such a way a project team pursuing LEED certification or any other standards that address environmental sustainability can absolutely also attempt WELL certification at the same time, using many of the same strategies and technologies in the relevant categories or concepts such as light and air. Since 2014, more than 100 projects encompassing nearly 22 million square feet have already registered or certified through WELL. Let's look at a few that are certified as well as registered for certification. In fall 2013, GBRI Group Incorporate's new global corporate headquarters in downtown Los Angeles became the world's first office to be WELL certified. Pilot program, designed to improve productivity, sharpen focus, increase creativity, speed and accuracy, and reduce absenteeism. This pilot project included a targeted focus on indoor air quality, lighting, water quality, visual acuity, physical comfort, acoustics, and psychological impacts within the work environment. A green oasis in the middle of Pittsburgh's vibrant Oakland neighborhood, Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens has provided a world-class garden experience to its visitors since 1893. The site is home to breathtaking seasonal flower shows, stunning outdoor botanical gardens, an award-winning on-site cafe, and some of the greenest buildings in the world. The Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens is the first institution worldwide to be WELL certified Platinum. Pilot program, the highest rating awarded by IWBI for its Centre for Sustainable Landscapes. Designed to be the greenest building in the world, the Centre for Sustainable Landscapes, CSL, generates all of its own energy and treats all storm and sanitary water captured on site. An integral part of the Phipps visitor experience, it is the first and only building to meet 4 of the highest green certifications: the Living Building Challenge, LEED Platinum, WELL Building Platinum, and 4-star sustainable sites. Macquarie, 50 Martin Place. This landmark heritage-listed building in Sydney, Australia, was constructed between 1925 and 1928. The redevelopment transformed the interior of the historic building into a state-of-the-art commercial workplace over 11 levels, whilst preserving the heritage banking chamber of the ground floor. The project involved a complete refurbishment of building services and systems, fit-out of the interiors, widening of the existing atrium, as well as constructing a new 2-storey glass-domed roof and glass shuttle lifts. Internal stairways have been constructed to provide greater interconnectivity and encourage collaboration and performance. It is one of only a handful of heritage buildings to ever achieve a 6 Green Star rating, equivalent to LEED Platinum. The project is registered for WELL certification through the pilot program. 425 Park Avenue is the first full block office development on Manhattan's Park Avenue in nearly 50 years. Designed by Lord Norman Foster and developed by L&L Holding Company, 425 Park will bring features wholly unique to Manhattan offices and will define the 21st century office building. The project is registered for WELL certification. More than 500,000 square feet in areas, the new building will stand close to 677 feet tall, in addition to being split across 43 stories. It will be divided vertically into 3 sections. The bottom section is designed to be knitted with the outside street, and there will be a recessed middle section. At the top, the building will feature a column of offices. Between each section, there will be triple-height sky gardens, which Foster & Partners says will act as urban squares in a vertical city, as well as offering open space in Manhattan, which is otherwise at a premium. The gardens will feature cafes, bars and spaces for events. As well as being designed to a LEED Gold level of sustainability, 425 Park Avenue is expected to be the first New York City office tower to achieve WELL Building Standard certification. Alright then, let me take the privilege in walking you through the essentials of the WELL AP exam. Listed here are the topics we will cover. So who is a WELL AP, by the way? The WELL Accredited Professional, or WELL AP, credential signifies knowledge in human health and wellness in the built environment and specialisation in the WELL Building Standard. A WELL AP possesses the knowledge and skills necessary to support the WELL certification process. It's a credential similar to a LEED AP in that it demonstrates a professional's mastery of the WELL rating system and ability to utilise it on project sites and contribute a deep understanding of the rating systems, intentions and implementation strategies. To become a WELL AP, all candidates must pass the WELL AP exam, which I will talk about in detail. Wondering about the requirements on who can become a WELL AP? There are no other prerequisites to sit for the WELL AP exam. The only requirement to register to take the exam is being 18 years or older. It's recommended you have experience with WELL projects, however, it's not a requirement. Just like LEED, the exam is developed using GBCI's rigorous test development best practices. It's designed to test a candidate's competency to perform the duties of a WELL AP. Is this right for me? Let's see. Do you consider yourself as a leader in your industry? Are you committed to placing health and wellness at the centre of building design and performance? Then the WELL AP credential may be right for you. Let's look into how to register for the exam. First step is to create an account with WELL Online. Here's the screenshot of the WELL Online website, wellonline.wellcertified.com. You don't have to memorise the URL. We have included URLs of all important links and resources in the handouts, or you can look at the comment section for updated links. After you sign up for an account, which is free, you will get a welcome email. I've included here a screenshot of the email Jesslyn received when he registered. So now you know who is planning to take the exam. Once you have an account with WELL Online, next is to register for the WELL exam. How much does it cost to take the WELL exam? There is a fee for the exam. Based on your location, the exam fees varies. Currently, for the United States, the fee is $660. You should also be aware the exam fee is discounted for US GBC members, LEED APs, and LEED Green Associates. On the screen, I have included the current rates and discounted rates for US GBC members and LEED professionals below it. I shall also share the URL so that you can look up the fees for your country. As I mentioned in the beginning, GBRI, who has made this course, is not affiliated with WELL rating system. We are a sustainability education provider. We do not benefit monetarily from any exam registration fees. After you register for the exam, you'll get a confirmation email from WELL Online with a link to schedule your exam with Prometric. I have included the screenshot of the email Jesslyn received when he registered for the exam. With the link, you'll be able to schedule your test session at a Prometrics testing centre near you. Exam sessions are available year-round through Prometric test centres worldwide. If you'd like to locate your nearest testing centre and view availability, please visit prometric.com/GBCI and click on Locate. Also note that your exam application will expire in 1 year from the date of exam registration, beyond which you'll not be able to schedule your exam. One may contact GBCI to request one 6-month extension of this 1-year period. Once you schedule the exam, you can confirm, cancel or reschedule an exam on the Prometric website. About the exam. The exam is similar to what we see with the Lead Green Associate, AP and other credentials. It's a computer-based exam, so you'll take it at a Prometric centre. The exam assesses candidates' abilities at 3 cognitive levels: recall, application and analysis. 1. Recall items. These items assess a candidate's ability to recall factual material that's presented in a similar context to the exam references. 2. Application items. These items provide the candidate with a novel problem or scenario that the candidate can solve using familiar principles or procedures described in the exam references. 3. Analysis items. These items assess a candidate's ability to break the problem down into its components. 3. Analysis items. These items assess a candidate's ability to break the problem down into its components to create a solution. The candidate must not only recognise the different elements of the problem, but must also evaluate the relationship or interactions of these elements. It's a time test and you're allocated 2 hours for the exam. Be prepared to commit 2 hours 20 minutes for the exam. Total exam time is broken out as follows: an optional 10-minute tutorial, the 2-hour exam, and an optional 10-minute exit survey. There are 100 questions and we'll take a closer look at this portion in just a moment. As I mentioned earlier, the exam is computer-based. The primary language for the exam is English. Exam question and answer options are displayed on screen. The computer records your responses and times your exam. You are able to change your answers, skip questions and flag questions for later review. The exam has both scored and unscored items. Note that all items are delivered randomly throughout the exam and candidates are not informed of an item status, so candidates should respond to all the items on the exam. Candidates will receive the results at the test centre immediately following the test. The WELL AP exam is scored between 125 and 200. You have to earn 170 or higher to pass and earn your WELL AP. Your exam score will be displayed on screen at the end of the exam, and you will receive a printed report of your results from test centre staff. As soon as you have passed the WELL AP exam, you can use the title WELL AP and or the logo. Just like the lead credential and most other credentials out there, you're required to earn continuing education to maintain your accreditation. WELL APs have 2-year reporting periods, just like lead APs. In this 2 years, 30 total hours have to be completed. 6 of those 30 hours have to be WELL-specific. A WELL-specific course would have an explicit connection to the WELL rating system. Whether it's discussing the concepts, implementation strategies, etc., it would include the relevant health research to accommodate the discussion of the WELL concepts or features as well. Alright, now that you know what happens before and after the exam, let's see what you're testing on. The WELL Building Standard and the Introduction to the WELL Building Standard are both helpful resources. The exam is based on the expertise of leading practitioners in the field of design, health and wellness in the built environment. So diving a little deeper into what the exam covers, here's a breakdown of the questions by concept. Remember the 7 concepts WELL Standard is based on. You can see beyond the 7 main concepts, there's also a section on WELL certification process and synergies. There are also 15 pre-test questions that round us off to 100 questions. These questions test candidates' abilities to recall factual information learned from the WELL Standard Guide. They test candidates' abilities to identify a solution for a scenario or problem given in a question, and also test the candidate's ability to analyse the relationship or interaction between multiple elements of the rating system. Before I conclude, what study resources are available for WELL AP exam? How do I study? Where to start? Etc. etc. Exposure to concepts around health and wellness in the built environment through educational courses, volunteering or work experience prior to testing definitely helps. You may check gbrionline.org/well for free exam prep resources. You can also check out our exam resources loaded on the USGBC platform. Just like the LEAD exam, the exam is multiple choice. You'll be required to pick one correct answer from a group of multiple answer choices. For some questions, you'll be required to pick multiple correct answers. Not to worry, the question will specify how many correct answers to pick. As far as study resources, you may download the WELL Building Standard, which is free to download now from the WELL Online website. However, reading and memorising the entire standard isn't required and not recommended, especially if you can't afford to lose your time. Many of the test takers have limited amount of time since all of us are busy with a full-time job, school and life in general. Plus, each of us are different the way we learn and grasp information. At GBRI, we have developed a multitude of exam prep options, and based on your needs and circumstances, you can pick one or more. Remember, the key is knowing what to learn to pass the exam and not the whole thing. I've listed some of our resources here. Please visit our WELL exam prep page for more details, free resources and webinars, etc. Thank you again. That concludes my session. I'll have another short session on some WELL AP exam tips. Stay tuned. Don't forget to rate this course. You can rate the course along with leaving comments. If you've any questions, please email us at the address you see on the screen or leave us a comment.